Dangerous women. This mother is arrested for abandoning kids in home for over 4 years. 3 Michigan kids were found in deplorable living conditions after police say their mother abandoned them years ago. Deputies with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office say the house was covered in piles of trash as high as 4 feet in some rooms. There was even mold and human feces throughout the house. Sheriff Michael Bouchard said a 15-year-old boy and his 2 sisters, ages 12 and 13, had not been outside of the home in years. They were surviving on weekly drop-offs of prepared food. The boy told deputies that his mother abandoned them back in either 2020 or 2021. Deputies were recently called to the home because the landlord asked for them to do a welfare check. The landlord said he hadn't seen her for some time, and, as our detectives mentioned, haven't paid her rent going back to October, Sheriff Bouchard described. The woman was arrested on February 14, 2025, and Bouchard says she had been living somewhere else in Pontiac. The kids had not been in school since they were abandoned. That's going to be a very long process to figure this all out. Not just how they are both mentally and physically, but how did this ever happen to have these kids fall through the cracks on so many levels with relatives, the community, and the schools, Bouchard said. The sheriff said he has never seen anything like this. I've seen child neglect in other situations where they're living in a bad place, but not to this level and not for this extended duration, Bouchard added. While many questions around the circumstances of the horrific story remain, the sheriff did tie up some loose ends. First, the children's father had been in jail at the time their mom abandoned them. After getting out, he got approval from a court for visits with the kids, but their mom never allowed access. Second, Sheriff Bouchard blamed gaps in the school enrollment process that allowed the children to slip through the cracks. Adding the pandemic likely played a role since they were likely living alone since the spring or summer of 2020. Third, the police department was overwhelmed by the support from the community and said they did not need any more donations. Sheriff Bouchard added the department hoped to find a law firm to set up a trust fund for the kids to pay for health and education bills. Fourth, the food deliveries to the home were made by companies like Instacart and DoorDash, and no one ever came inside. The children's mother will face criminal charges.